Hi guys, welcome to The Talking Point with myself, George Baker, and my co-host, who is always here as usual with...
Nathan Leake.
Welcome.
Shalom, people.
Shalom, people. I mean, shalom kind of works really well for our first point, doesn't it, Nathan?
Yes, it does. It was nicely rolled into, Spurs' transfer business.
Completely planned.
Yeah. Not off the cuff at all.
No.
Right, yeah. Well, we've actually had quite a fairly busy transfer window. I thought it was going to be quite quiet, but Daniel Levy proved me wrong. Started off with bringing in Højbjerg from Southampton. Needed that destroy in the middle of the pitch. And Kyle Walker-Peters went the other way. So I think that's very, very good business there. It's a shame to see Walker-Peters go, but at the same time, you've got to sell to buy quality, haven't you?
Yeah. Do you think that was a good deal letting him go? Because obviously you brought Doherty in, and Aurier kind of seems to be happy doing his number 2 role, to be honest. Do you think it was quite good of you to get rid of Walker-Peters, or would you like to see an Aurier go instead?
I suppose in hindsight, I'm happy with what's happened.
Yeah.
At the moment, because it seems like Doherty coming in has given Aurier much needed competition because he wasn't really Walker-Peters wasn't really playing.
Well, he wasn't at the club, was he?
He wasn't playing under Poch or Mourinho, so
yeah. So it's giving him a kick up the arse, isn't it? But your more noticeable signings were, or defence and attack. Like, we'll kick it off with Reguilón. I still am not a big fan of the deal. I think player-wise, it's a tremendous deal. But just the form of the deal, of the buyback clause, it just puts me off it. Player-wise, I think you've got an amazing left-back. But the deal stinks of Real Madrid will get him back if he comes out anything half decent.
Yeah, but apparently as long as Zinedine Zidane is there, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because for whatever reason, Zidane doesn't like Reguilón. I don't know why. But yeah, it was a brilliant deal. It's a brilliant signing for us because, yet again, we were stuck to literally just one fullback in every position. Now we've got 2. And we've got Reguilón who can defend and attack as well. But, the players got to want to leave to...
Yeah, exactly.
That buyback clause to actually get activated.
And if Spurs are doing well, then there will be no reason to leave, will there?
Yeah.
But, I thought that was a good deal player-wise for you. I think you crying out for a left-back more than anything, to be honest, in my opinion, because you didn't really have one.
No, Davis he's too conservative, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the other one,
Danny
Rose.
Hasn't even been given a squad number.
Yeah.
Just not good for him, is it? So,
yeah, I think he burnt his bridges with Mourinho, as you saw in the documentary.
Yeah, thought he was a big fish and has been realised that he's actually not even a small fish, he's a shit fish.
Harsh, but,
He's not what he was he?
No, he's not. I think the whole thing that sums up that whole saga was, any news from AC Milan? No.
Yeah, well, it didn't even work out with Newcastle. Like, Newcastle then went and replaced him with a left-back that got relegated.
Yeah. No, it wasn't Isaac Hayden, was it?
Jamal Lewis,
yeah.
So it just kind of sums up really how well Danny Rose did there.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Although the rumour is he might be going to Middlesbrough.
Well, as long as he's gone, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I want it to work out for him because he has been a good servant to Spurs over the years.
Yeah.
And between the years of 2015, 2017, him and Kyle Walker were just unplayable.
Yeah. You had one of the best fullback pairings in the league at one point, didn't you?
If not the best.
Yeah. And now it's just kind of... It's good. Like, Reguilón looks good. I've only seen him play against Chelsea.
It looks promising.
I don't think he did a lot against United. I'm not saying he was like bad or anything, but he didn't stand out.
Because he didn't really need to.
No, exactly. Yeah. Like, he didn't need to stand out, did he, at all? Like, the forwards did enough that he didn't need to do anything. So I think
And when United attacked, it wasn't really down the left.
Exactly,
It was down
the right
Aurier.
kind of centrals, yeah. So I think he didn't really. I'm not saying he had a bad game, just didn't have anything to do, to be honest.
Yeah, agreed.
But he looked good against Chelsea.
He did, but we're missing the elephant in the room. The only
Which
man not
is,
to, well,
clearly,
one of two men not to make his debut, Gareth Bale, back on loan for a season, maybe 2 seasons.
Oh yeah, that deal. I think I don't know. I'm very up in the air. I'm very on the fence with this deal because if it works out, I'll be like, yeah, I knew it was a good deal. And then if it was bad, I was like, yeah, no, it's going to be a bad deal. I just think if he can stay fit, it's going to be an amazing deal for Spurs. It's just that fitness issue I've got. I know I wasn't happy at Madrid, but yeah.
And sometimes that affects your fitness.
And like, I follow him on social media, and he seems to be quite happy. He's putting out a lot of Tottenham posts, and I'm ready, I'm raring to go. It looks like he's up for it. He really looks like he's up for it. And I just hope it goes well for him, to be honest.
Yeah, because in the last season at Real Madrid, it was toxic for him.
Yeah, like, kind of hit a new low.
Normally, if you get a knock, he might go into the next game and say, "Yep, I'm fine to play. I'm fine to play. I'll do whatever I need to get fit." But you could see that at Real Madrid in the last season, he was a little bit like, if he gets a knock, now I'm out.
Yeah. So I will see. I think it's very much, it could either go one or two ways, couldn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting him to be the superstar he was, because I think the Prem's evolved. But I think he still contribute. I think he could contribute. I think he'll get double digits in goals and assists this season, like combined, not each.
Yeah. He's a different player to the one that left Tottenham. So he might come back and
his name now.
Piss off. Remind me what the score was last weekend.
Last weekend? We didn't play last weekend.
There we go. The weekend before. You know what I
meant. It was Man United 1, Tottenham Hotspur 6.
Right. Right, and then we had one more signing on loan from Benfica, Vinicius, striker. Got over 20 goals last season.
Yeah, he was a joint top scorer, wasn't he, of Liga NOS?
Yeah, and I think he got like 15 assists or something like that, which is brilliant for a centre forward.
Yeah, I thought that was a really good deal.
It's a fantastic deal because if it works out, we can sign him in the summer. If it doesn't, we can just send him back to
You have got an option to buy, haven't you? 45 million euros.
Yeah.
Which
hopefully it works out for him.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Kane gets injured. That sounds harsh. Hopefully Kane misses a few games like he normally does, because I'd really like to see him get a run in the team. Because I don't know.
He will do. Kane's not going to be playing every single week, because we've seen, quite frankly, he's not got the fitness for it.
No, we've already seen this season.
And it's not. It's nothing down to him. It's down to the fixtures. Like no player is going to play all those fixtures. The Premier League, League Cup.
Especially being in the Europa League as well. You've got an extra round, haven't you? Round of 32.
Yeah.
Providing you make it.
An extra 2 games.
And you've already had to play extra games to get into it.
Yeah, we've had to play 3 more. But I think that might have done the squad some good.
Yeah, it has. It's given you that fitness you needed. Because look at you versus United. Look way fitter on the pitch. I mean, we played awful anyway. But physically, you looked a lot better as well.
And they looked very organised as well after the first minute.
Yeah, after the penalty went in, you switched on.
Yeah,
but
well, onto United's transfer business.
Tottenham allegedly have another signing. My fiance's put my son in a Spurs kit. Not the Welsh centre back. My fiance's decided to, as you know, I'm a United fan, has decided to buy him the Tottenham kits, home and away.
I think your fiancée made the wise choice there.
She didn't. We're going to have words. We had words. We called you when we left the Spurs store. I was like, Nathan, no. It's happened. And all you could do was sit there and smile.
Why would I not?
So apparently Spurs have got a new little centre forward, mate. Honestly.
Yes, so Kane gets injured.
That's it, mate. Vinicius ain't playing. He's up front, mate. He can't run yet. He can barely crawl.
He'll be a youngest ever signing.
100%, mate. He'll be 100 goals this season, mate. You watch it.
Right, on to United's business.
United. Where do I start? So we've only been doing this podcast 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks? A month, probably, now. And I've already made myself look like an absolute spoon because I've predicted that Jadon Sancho would not only sign, but would play against Tottenham.
And score and do God knows what else.
Yeah. And unless someone watched a different game to me, the only game I've seen him play for United is on my Xbox. So our transfer window was fucking abysmal. Like, I was just so disheartened.
Right, where do you want to start?
Where do I
you
want to
start in the incomings?
Fuck, well, that'll be a quick segment, won't it? Christ. No, all joking aside, I've had a chance to calm down now and assess it. The incomings, Van der Beek was a brilliant deal. Don't think we needed him more than other areas of the pitch, but it's brilliant squad depth, and he's a world-class player. But like the price we got him, 35 million euros, you can't really argue with that in today's football, can you? Like, he's got something about him.
Also,
Madrid wanted him, and the deal.
Also, he's a creator as well, and a goal scorer.
And he's looked good in the English game so far, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he's looked all right. So I'm hoping he gets his chance against Newcastle. But we'll see. I think Tellez was a good deal because I think we need a proper left back to challenge. Now Williams can move to the right because he's right-footed.
Yep.
I'm not going to put my hand up and go, oh yeah, I've seen Tellez loads. I haven't seen him a lot. I've seen highlights on YouTube. I've seen his stats. I've seen him play a few times when Porto have been on the Champions League. Does look very good. People are just looking at his FIFA card and going, oh yeah, he's wicked. We'll see. I think
real life ain't FIFA.
Oh, wish, mate. We'd be the best team on the planet. But yeah, he looks good. He looks sure he's good defensively, but he's a bit like Wan-Bissaka. Going forward just isn't really his forte, is it? Where Tellez is deadly going forward. 19 goal involvements last season. Free kick taker, penalty taker, good cross. Robertson's going to have a run for his money, mate. Guarantee it. Best left back in the league. No, not the best.
How old is he? He's quite young, isn't he?
No, he's just turning 28 in December. He's 27 at the moment.
Okay, so he should be in his peak then.
Yeah, he's hitting his peak. I think it was a good deal for 15 million pounds.
I think it's a very, very good deal.
Wasn't a panic buy because we've been working on it, but it just took weeks to get over the line. Hopefully, he makes debut against Newcastle, kind of revitalises the team. I think we're going to need him in the team to add that a bit of attacking fire, but we'll get onto that in the preview. Palestri, moving on to Palestri coming in, it was a panic buy, wasn't it? It was.
Is he the one who's coming in December?
No, that's Traore. He's here now, and he's eligible to make his debut against Newcastle. I've never watched Uruguayan league. I text our Chilean correspondent, who you may know, who watches a lot of South American football. He said he looks really good, but he's a League One standard at the moment.
Yikes.
Yeah. We'll see. Like, I don't know. We brought Ronaldo. No one knew about him. And look, I'm not saying he's going to be Ronaldo, but I just think there's too much pressure on the kid already. I think people are going to expect him to come in and do what Jadon Sancho would have done. We'll see. He's played 32 games professionally. Got 1 goal and 3 assists.
Wow. So he's quite raw.
Yeah, he's very raw. Very raw. I don't think we've got the coaching staff to do it, to be honest. But fingers crossed for him. Fingers crossed. And I hope it goes well, to be honest. Nothing against the kid. Right. And then the last in was Diallo Traore from Atalanta. £18 million up front with an extra 22 million pounds in add-ons, not add-ons, bonuses. So like Ballon d'Or and all the stuff like that. Looks really good from the highlights I've seen. He looks really good. He's only ever played 25 minutes of professional football.
Also another one who's raw. Bit of a risk for that money.
He was supposed to go to... I know we were tracking... He's not a panic buy, in a sense. We were looking at him before. He went to Parma on loan. And then at the last second, he was in Parma and it fell through. Something happened. I don't know what happened. So we swooped in and did the deal. He's joining in January. We'll see. And then, Edison Cavani.
Oh, yes.
I love
How
Edison
do you think?
Cavani. I used to have a PSG shirt of him.
How do you think this signing is going to turn out?
For 200 grand a week, he's on more than Kane. Like, I'm expecting him to put Kane numbers up. I don't know. Ibrahimovic come in and did a job, didn't he? Age isn't everything anymore, is it? I don't know. I think he's past it, to be honest, at the elitist level. But I really do hope it works out because I'm a big fan of Cavani. And one thing you do know with Cavani is if he's in the box, he's going to get goals. It's just whether he can carry the ball.
Will he be an Ibrahimovic in his later years, or will he be a what's his name? Radamel Falcao.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Because he didn't play a lot for PSG towards the end.
No.
So we'll see. Like, I'm excited. I don't think you should have the number 7, though. That's the last I'll say.
No.
That's the last I'll say.
On to the ones that didn't come in. Not take the floor.
I'm going to need a minute. Jadon Sancho, obviously.
Yeah.
Has already talked of...
summer.
Yeah. Or even January. There's been some reports that we're going to try and do a Bruno. Go back in January. I think we will go for him again next summer. I don't think we'll be able to get him next summer because I don't think we will finish in Champions League anymore.
Wow,
I know I predicted it, but I think we'll be lucky to even get Europa League. The only way I see us in
very, very pessimistic.
I think the only way we get Champions League is if we win the Champions League or win Europa League.
Or COVID-20 happens.
Yeah, and they just scrap the season and start again like it was this season. Because we've been abysmal so far. Absolutely abysmal. And I won't get into it too much because I'll save it for the preview. But yeah, the ones coming in, we should have had a centre-back. Everyone knows Harry Maguire is a good centre-back, but he needs pace next to him. He needs the pace next to him. He cannot have another slow player. Yeah.
He's been exposed horribly over the last couple of weeks.
I know.
Both for United and England.
He got sent off last night for England. But hey-ho, I still believe Maguire is still one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. Because you don't lose your ability. You just lose your confidence. And before January, he was doing really well for United. It just needs.
Do you think he'll get it back?
I think he will. I just think he needs to be drawn out of firing line. Drop him for a game. I'm not saying get rid of him. Just drop him for a game. Play Lindelof and Bailey. At this point, he needs.
But then the dilemma comes in: if Lindelof and Bailey do well,
keep him.
Will there be a place for Harry Maguire?
Keep him. There's going to be so many games coming up. He'll have to play. Like they're going to have to rotate. I do feel for him because he's had a very turbulent summer and he's not really had a chance to go over it. We'll see, to be honest. But going into the other, I would have taken Upamecano or Badiashile, who we were looking at as well from Monaco. I think the only other player that we should have really brought in, to be honest, was a central defensive midfielder. Maybe a Declan Rice or Wilfred Ndidi, I would have gone for personally.
Although there's rumours coming out of Chelsea that apparently there's been a rift between N'Golo Kante and Frank Lampard.
Yeah.
Not sure how much truth there is in that, but
yeah, they came out the last couple of days, didn't they, of the transfer window, and we were linked with him. Yeah. I think if we keep Pogba, put Kante next to him and Bruno, that's got to work. Surely that's just beautiful, that midfield three, isn't it? On paper,
that's probably
That's up there with the best in Europe at the moment. But
right, yeah. Other deals that were done on deadline day: Thomas Partey to Arsenal, a man that Arsenal have been chasing for ages, and they finally got him.
What a deal! I even thought that Aouar was going to be the signing they made, and then they just got Partey out of nowhere. Like they were linked with him at 2:00 in the afternoon. And the deal was done by 4.
Apparently, no, that was Thomas Lemar I was thinking of that they were linked with.
Mm.
But yeah, that's a really, really good signing for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Some energy in the midfield.
You know, it's a good signing when you're admitting
solidarity.
Like,
defensive solidarity as well for them.
mm,
So somebody who'll cover that area in front of the back four. So maybe if David Luiz or what's his name, Shodran Shaqiri, if they're having a bit of an off game,
Shaqiri,
somebody that can
Xhaka,
Shaqiri,
Xhaka,
Xhaka. No, not Xhaka. Mustafi.
Mustafi.
God, we're having a mare.
Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
no,
if
I'm with
one
you.
of those two are having a bit of a... They've also signed Willian as well on the free from Chelsea.
Yeah,
Started off very, very promisingly with 3 assists in his debut.
yeah. I think Willian will be a good deal for them. I think Arsenal, I mean, if they keep playing the way they're playing, they're going to get Champions League, mate. Just the way they're playing, adding Partey to that. Like, he's got them playing the right way, isn't he, Arteta? We said this, didn't we, in our preview? He's implementing it, and he needs a few more players, and he's got that player. Still think he maybe needs another midfielder in our, someone a bit more creative. But he's on the right track.
But then again, it's a catch-22, isn't it? In order to get that level of player, you need to play in the Champions League.
Yeah, I think they'll be there next season. I think they're going to win Europa League, to be honest. I think it'll be a North London final, unless you meet in round of 16 quarterfinals, etc. I think you two will go to the final. I see.
I don't want that to happen because it will be the most tense game of my life.
Biggest North London rivalry, derby.
Oh yeah, and we've never played each other in the cup final, so
We'll lose for the first time. No, I'm joking. I don't know. I think that'd be a really good game. I think Mourinho's got you playing well. I think Arteta's doing amazing. Yeah, Gabriel's a good signing for him at centre back. They still got Saliba, who's come back off loan from last season signing. Them two could forge a really good partnership together.
Oh, we will see. I mean, Saliba he played quite well in France last season.
He did, didn't he?
Played really well. Yeah.
Him and Gabriel were the top 2 tacklers, weren't they? Success rate. I know it's in France, but hey ho, you're coming up against Mbappe and Neymar. Like, they're doing something right. They've got good players in that league.
Exactly.
I think.
And if you're not playing PSG, you're playing Lyon.
We've got Payet.
We've got the likes of Dembele and
Payet for Marseille
and Pay.
I don't know. I think if he gets them playing together, like, because Saliba, there's rumours he's going to go back out on loan, isn't there? Because he's not played yet.
Yes, because of family trouble, I think.
Yeah. So I think them two, if they get it right, could be Arsenal's defenders for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they'd be like a Adams and Campbell or Adams and.
I think they could do a job, and then see if they can step it up to the Champions League. Gabriel's already played in the Champions League, and he's done quite well in the Champions League. They've got a good left back in Tierney. Right back at Bellerin. They've got the foundation there for once in the first time in 10 years. The foundation is there for a really good, strong squad. And he looks like he's doing
got to build on it.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see. Moving on
we'll take a trip across London
to Chelsea. Yes. They have literally...
Who haven't they signed?
Switched on the Xbox and gone, him. Here's 500 million on me Xbox. Thank you very much. I'm done.
In fairness, that was money that they made from
Hazard.
The sale of Eden Hazard and
aren't they still like
Morata as well?
25 million in profit as well. I don't think
the sale of Morata.
Yeah. I think they're still in profit. Just mad, isn't it? I didn't expect them to do this much business. I knew they had the money to play with, but I didn't think they'd do this much business, to be honest.
Because the business was good, but it can be a little bit unsettling, especially for the academy players that not flourished but did well last season for Chelsea.
I think Lampard's going to have a big
job.
They
must be seeing these players coming in and going, well, hang on. We did well last season. We got to the Champions League. What the hell?
Well, they came fourth last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a big job on his hands because is there such a thing as overbuy? It's hard enough to merge a couple of players into the squad, let alone almost a new starting 11. It's going to be hard
because he spent that money as well.
There's going to be
pressure on him.
I think Abramovich will sack him I don't think there's any No, he's not had the transfer window. Lampard's a legend. There's nothing to save him. Just like Ollie this season, there's nothing to save him.
Yeah.
But
yeah, let's go on to the individuals. They've essentially replaced Kepa.
yeah, they have. Mendy, he looked good, didn't he?
With Mendy.
From what we've seen, he is injured again now, Mendy. So Kepa's
Chelsea
back in the goal. Yeah, he got injured for Senegal, didn't he? I don't know how serious the injury is, to be honest.
Yeah, it could be a knock.
I'm hoping it's a serious one because we've got Chelsea soon. I'd like Kepa to be in goal. But yeah,
it was a signing they needed.
Yeah, Mendy was a very peculiar one because they were linked with Oblak, Donnarumma, Dean Henderson, Nick Pope, like established keepers. And I'm not saying Mendy can't be a good established keeper. He's already 28. We'll see. He did look good against Spurs.
He did.
He
made some good saves.
Not an easy game to come into by any means.
No.
So we'll see. I still think Kepa's a really good goalkeeper. Honestly, I just think something's happened. Something's happened. There's a reason because Chelsea have got a good recruitment background. There's a reason they spent that much money on Kepa. They haven't just gone, 80 million, there you go, mate. Take him. They've done their research on him. And he did start well, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe Kepa's a little bit like David De Gea when he first signed for Man United.
Exactly.
Where he's had a little bit of a wobble.
And then turned into the best keeper on the planet.
Maybe. You never know.
Well, hopefully Chelsea go like Man United and just plummet. That'd be nice.
Oh, yes, it would. Let's move on to left back.
Left back.
Ben Chilwell from Leicester.
Bad deal. Bad
deal.
I
think they overpaid for him, but he is a good left back.
But he can't defend. He's good going forward, but he cannot defend. Sorry, I'm saying it.
Yeah, but he's better defensively than what they've got in terms of Alonso.
Yeah. Ow. Hit my arm. Yeah. Yeah, I think Leicester are literally the kings of making big clubs look like mugs. They've done it to United. They've done it to Chelsea. I mean, they haven't done it to City. They haven't done it to Chelsea. Okay, yeah, right. That analogy didn't work too well. But yeah, Leicester are mad. They've gone and replaced Chilwell for what, 20 million, was it? And he looks amazing.
Yeah. Castagna, he's brilliant.
Looks sick. Him and Vardy just on another level together.
He was brilliant in Serie A last season. That was a fantastic signing for them.
Yeah, and in the Champions League.
Yep. On to centre-back for Chelsea, Thiago Silva.
I think
on a freebie.
I think it's a good deal. I
know very good deal.
Like against Fulham. But I think it's more the experience that Tomori and that's going to gain from a winner like him. Internationally and for club level, he's done it all.
He's a leader.
Yeah, he is, which Chelsea need. I think it's a good deal. We'll see. I think it's more for the experience being there for Tomori and. Sorry, excuse me.
And Christensen as well.
Yeah, Christensen. So we'll see. I think I'd give him a solid 7 out of 10. That signing, just because of everything that's involved in it, and it wasn't actually any money.
It was more wages than a transfer.
Hasn't looked great so far, but I think he will be a stellar signing.
He's only young. He's only young as well,
and he's only played 3 games.
I think it's way too early to write him off.
He looked good against Burton, so could go play in League One or League Two, whatever they're in. I'm sure Chelsea.
The thing as well is Kai Havertz has come from the Bundesliga, which isn't anywhere near as intense as the Premier League.
No, it's not.
At a young age, and he's probably gone, wow, well, this is more of a challenge than I thought.
Yeah.
But I do think he will become a very good player at Chelsea.
Yeah. A bit like Werner, isn't it? He's not really hit the ground running. Scored against Tottenham. Good goal. That's the only one he's got so far, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
He's made I've been watching him. He's made some good runs, good movement, created a few things. It's just he's not really had the chance to have that end product yet, has he?
No,
I thought he would have been on penalties. Jorginho's on that. But
his time will come. I think he will become yet again another good signing for Chelsea.
If we keep playing Harry Maguire, he'll score against us. She's gonna run past him like zoom, be like Sonic.
I'm glad that's one thing he's not lost his pace.
Yeah, but sticking in London, West Ham, that a very controversial window. As it stands, Dean Garner's gone. 12 million, wasn't it? Was it 18?
And the players were not happy about that one bit.
Declan Rice and Mark Noble took to Twitter to show their frustrations with the board and the sale.
And the fans as well, they've taken to...
They've got rid of Felipe Anderson,
social media,
haven't they? He's left on loan. Yeah, he's left on loan to FC Porto for the season.
Yeah, I think that was needed. It's a move that's not worked out.
Yeah, unfortunately. But as it stands, is Ben Rama happening, do you think? Because the deal was on, it's off, it's maybe back on.
I think it will happen. I think it will happen.
Got to get it done.
It will happen in the late hours of the transfer window.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
It has to be done, doesn't it? Surely. I've watched him against... Who did they play? Who did Brentford play?
Fulham.
And he made Fulham look stupid.
That goal he scored where he nutmegged the defender and then just...
Mate, I'd take him at United if he's going to do that.
Filthy.
Give him the number 7
I
shirt.
would have taken him at Tottenham.
20 million, isn't it? Still. Yeah. I think they're going to even have to go get Ben Rama or Malang Sarr. They need someone. They need someone that's going to appease the fans and keep them quiet for a bit. Because the fans aren't happy, and they're very lucky that they can't come to the stadium. I know Gold and Sullivan can't sell till 2023 because of the contract they've got with the stadium. They were only allowed the stadiums, but they couldn't sell it. So, just so they can't get money off the club because they've got a big stadium, basically. So they're stuck with West Ham.
Well, West Ham are stuck with them, really.
Yeah. Well, vice versa. Karen Brady, where do we begin with her? She's good looking, but fuck me, she comes out with some shit. She's not got a clue, is she? She's not got a clue. She just runs her mouth, which annoys West Ham fans now. I was speaking to a few of them. They're just like, she needs to shut up as well. They're not happy with any of them.
Nope. There's a movement called GSB out, which means gold. Golden, Sullivan, and Brady out.
Yeah, I'll join that movement because West Ham were going places, weren't they? Got to the stadium, had Europa League. I know they didn't get through the qualifiers, but it was on the up, wasn't it?
At one point.
It was on the up, and then they left Upton Park. Haha, good pun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see why we haven't done a podcast recently. My bad. Yeah. They were on the up, and now they just seem to be relegation favourites. What's happened?
But then again, they've started this season quite well.
Yeah, because David Moyes hasn't been there.
Do you think... Well, we'll find out on the weekend if that was the deciding factor.
I mean, that's not really fair, is it? They've got City. Has it got City? No, they haven't.
No, they've got us.
Who have they got? Tottenham. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's going to kill them.
I hope you're right.
Honestly, if I was Golden Sullivan, if you want to save that club, I said this in the last video, sack Moyes and hire the assistant. Because he knows what he's doing. Moyes ain't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what he's doing.
Yeah, but the assistant had a spell with West Brom and got sacked.
Did he? I did not know that.
Yes. I think his name is Irvin.
He looks
Alan
like
Irvin.
He looks like
Alan Irvin.
Moving on to the more Midlands part of this country, kind of like the final hurrah in this country, to be honest. Nelson Semedo, 35.6 million, rising to 45 million pounds in add-ons to Wolves from Barcelona.
So that came out of nowhere.
Like, I get they're trying to build the fucking Portugal squad, and Fernandes and Ronaldo are on their way to the fucking Wolves now, like as we speak. Like, but
they're going to get Figo out of retirement as well.
Fucking hell, man! Like, Christ, how have they got him?
Brilliant signing. Mendes is how they got him.
Does he own Wolves? Like, this is something we don't know.
I think he I think he's got a percentage of them or something. I
I
don't
know
know.
he's got a stake or something. I know there is. He's actually, but like, does he just own them outright now? And he's just like, fuck it.
No. They've got
Portugal all
Chinese
the way.
owners.
Portugal all the way, mate. Like, they even got a Portuguese kit out, haven't they? Their new
Yeah.
kit.
But it was a fantastic signing because I'm worried for them when they sold us Matt Doherty.
So do I, but that's looking a fucking brilliant bit of business.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, right? Putting you being a Spurs fan aside, at the start of this window, if I said to you, you can have Matt Doherty or Nelson Semedo, who you can pick? You only pick one.
Semedo.
Exactly. Like, it's mad. Like, I get he's cost you more, but he's younger, more already proven, not in the Premier League, but at the elite level.
Although the problem for us would have been, well, the foreign player count.
Yeah.
We'd have had our limit. Yeah.
I get you were trying to bring that up, weren't you, with Joe Hart and that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good deal. I think if he does really well, Man City will probably buy him because they like to buy a defender. Like, I don't know. I think it was a
And
good deal.
they also bought Kean Hoover from Liverpool
Mm.
with Diogo Jota going the other way.
Yeah, I thought that was a good deal. I've seen Hoover a bit. And he looks a good deal. I'm surprised Liverpool let him go. Really surprised.
So, got to mind you, they've let 2 youngsters go now because they let Rhian Brewster go out to Sheffield United.
Yeah, isn't there a
I
buyback
don't know
clause
why.
there?
I think, yeah, but still, I think those are deals that may come back to bite Liverpool in the arse.
Mm. Since he won that tournament, the Golden Ball, the top scorer when we won the World Cup with England, he's not really kicked on, has he? He got that big move. It's not really happened for him, has it?
No, he was given a little bit of a chance in the
And he did
Community
it.
Shield and obviously missed his
Yeah.
penalty.
And then he did well at Swansea, didn't he?
Yeah, he did very well at Swansea.
Yeah. I still think there's a talent in there. I think it remains to be seen whether Chris Wilder can get it out of him. Yeah, we'll have to see. But moving on to España. Like, where do we begin? Like, Spain, Messi.
Barcelona has just been one
It's
massive
just
circus.
imploded, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially.
I don't know what the hell Bartomeu is doing.
And even Coman
Let's
to
put
an
it this way.
extent. Like,
Well, Coleman's got his own agenda, hasn't he?
he doesn't like Messi. One week he says he likes Dembele, and then he's trying to make sure that he gets rid of him to United. Like, don't get it.
And he was trying to bring in Memphis Depay as well. I'm not sure if that's happened. I don't think it has.
It's not. Didn't happen. Move didn't happen because they couldn't get rid of Dembele because he didn't want to join United. Don't blame him. I do not blame him.
Yeah, nor do I.
Like, I would have loved Dembele if he can stay fit. But hey ho,
And
we're
then
here
they
to talk
also
about Barca. Like, this just
they also sold Arthur Mayer.
Yeah, just their outgoings was stupid.
Bizarre.
How they
Yeah.
sold Suarez for 5 million. Probably could have got 20 million for him.
Even Rakitic for $1 million.
It was 1 million, wasn't it? Or was it 3?
Yeah, it was 1 million.
They sold Vidal for €1 million, which was £993,000.
Yeah.
They all could have got at least £15 million for these players.
Financially,
They sold Artur for 72 million, but then bought Pjanic for 63.
so they bought an older player for
I
slightly less money.
I don't get it. I don't understand who is in charge of. It makes Woodward look like a good fucking CEO. He's gonna give Woodward a run for his money, and that's saying a lot, isn't it?
I mean, it is unbelievable business, but not in the good way.
No, like Inter Milan are laughing, which we'll come on to in a bit.
Sevilla are laughing.
Sevilla are laughing. Atletico Madrid are laughing because he's fucking smashed it on his debut, isn't he?
Yeah.
I think Barcelona are really going to struggle to even get top 4 this year. I know that's a bit of a stretch because they've got Messi. Coutinho looks to be firing on all cylinders. They've still got Fati, who got Bundesliga, La Liga Player of the Month, youngest in history.
Yeah,
17 years old. Like, mad. They've still got Dembele there. Martin Braithwaite is now the number 9. Like, what?
I mean,
Look at
even that
Middlesbrough.
was just... He failed at Middlesbrough, but he's Barcelona's number 9. It is truly mind-blowing.
It's not even the weirdest transfer of the window, is it? I'm sure we'll come onto it in a bit. But I just don't get it. Like, who's in charge of Barca and where do I hand in my CV?
Well, we could have done a better job.
We'll bring you
Just
podcast from our office.
unbelievable.
Like, I don't get it. I just don't. I don't get what goes through their head. Like, even the fans are rioting in COVID. They're like, I'd rather catch fucking COVID than see my club die. I just don't get it. Messi wanting to leave. Messi doesn't want to be there. He's going to leave for free next season, right? This is what I don't understand. Financially, it makes sense to get rid of him this summer. City probably would have paid about 100 million for Messi.
Yeah.
Right? So that's 100 million they've got in transfer profit. 800 grand a week, right? They've saved on Messi's wages. This year, I don't know if you've seen this. Do you know how big his loyalty bonus is this year?
I would imagine.
£63 million is his loyalty bonus this year.
Wow.
Right. So hang on, I'll pull out the calculator because this is just going to blow your mind. So if you do 800, I should have done this before, £800,000 times 52, that's £41.6 million, right? Yeah. Plus the £63 million
My God.
equals, that's 104.6, that's basically £105 million they are paying Lionel Messi this season. That's without if he wins the Ballon d'Or, probably won't, but if he gets goals, and so let's probably say he's going to get about £120 million off Barcelona this year. When they could have saved £120 million and made £100 million in profit. So there would have been £220 million in profit. But the problem is, Bartomeu didn't want to be the one that gets rid of Messi.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit late for him now to care about his image with Barcelona.
It's just going to be a Messi divorce, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next summer. He wanted to leave. I don't know if you've seen the interview on Goal. He was like, I've been held captive. Don't want to be here. They fully outed the club on Bartomeu. And then he took to Instagram to say his displeasure with Suarez being sold.
Which I completely understand. He's the third highest goal scorer
in their club history.
Yeah.
And he was
and he's only been there for what?
4 or 5 seasons? Not long.
Yeah.
And he was part of the most legendary trio in their time, MSN. Just doesn't make sense. Barcelona are sinking themselves into the ground. Like, they couldn't even get Memphis Depay over the line for £25 million without having to sell Ousmane Dembele first.
There is one club in Spain that's had a worse transfer window. Valencia.
Yeah, that's mad. What is wrong with these Spanish clubs?
It's the owners from Valencia.
Oh, the Kims. Is it the Kims?
I think so, yeah.
Or the Youngs. I can't remember their name. I know their daughter tweeted saying we can do what the fuck we want with your club. It's our club, not yours. We talked about it, didn't we, last week? And we were like...
Yeah. They're not football people. They don't get it.
They're business people. They're like the Glazers.
Yeah, but the Glazers also kind of understand that a sports club is not like owning a shop, for instance.
Yeah.
That's what these people need to get in their head. Like, you can't just screw the fan base over.
Parejo had the most goal involvements in La Liga last season, bar outside the top players.
Yeah.
He's still worth on transfer market 40 million euros. They let him go for free.
To Villarreal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They let Francis Coquelin go.
Their whole club up for sale, except for Gaia, who, if anything, they probably should have sold because he's a very sellable asset. Like, I get they're in financial trouble, but they could have got 20 million minimum for Parejo.
Sold Ferran Torres as well.
Yeah, he didn't want to be there. He had a massive falling out. 27 million pounds that was. They could have got way more money out of that.
That is an absolute steal for Man City.
Like, I don't understand what is wrong with these Spanish clubs.
I do think that Valencia might be the Spanish version of Leeds. I do
The
see
falling
them.
giant.
I do see them maybe going down to Segunda Division.
You think?
Yeah, things are that bad with Valencia.
I mean, I think they should bring Gary Neville back to save him.
Oh, imagine if he does.
Mate, he can't do any worse than what he did before. Like, they got rid of Rodrigo as well.
Yep, got sold him to Leeds.
How much was that? That's £30 million. That was the only good bit of business they done. He's 29, coming 30. And
Yeah, and he came off the back of scoring like 4 or 5 goals.
yeah.
La Liga.
And he's now gonna he's not looked good for Leeds so far, is he?
No, not really. I
I
think
mean, he
this
looked good
might be
against
bad
City,
for
but
them.
we'll see. We'll see. But Christ. They're up there with Man United and Barcelona. Got fucking transfer of the summer. But we'll
Well,
move
the
on.
one that went kind of under the radar,
Go on.
Mario Götze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Referee to
Moving on to
PSV
Götze.
Eindhoven.
Götze. Yeah. That was the day after the transfer window, wasn't it? He's a free agent.
Yep.
PSV, though. PSV. Not even G. V. Like, Holland.
My thinking is he probably wants to go there to get his fitness up and get his form back.
Like, I'd love to talk to Milo about this and what he thinks. I don't know if you have.
I have briefly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you say about it?
Pretty much he said, well, it's not their attack that they need to sort out, it's their defence.
But I'm just thinking, he's 28 years old. He won the World Cup for Germany. Right?
Yeah, he should be in the prime of his career.
What's happened? What's happened to him? He was supposed to be a generational talent.
I think that move to Bayern.
You killed him, didn't
I think that's, destabilised him massively. And he wasn't the same player when he went back to Dortmund. So maybe at PSV, he will rebuild his career.
I would have thought he'd have gone somewhere like France, though. Or Italy, or somewhere still maybe in Champions... Like PSV, where are they? Are they Champions League?
Europa League.
So he's got European football, and maybe that's the thinking behind it.
But also, Eindhoven's not a million miles away from Dortmund as well. So, you know what, he's still closest to his family, I guess. Maybe that was the thinking behind it.
Maybe it was the only club that wanted him. I'd take him.
With all these transfers, we don't really think about the human element behind it.
No, we just think
about
a player. We think of them as object, don't we?
But the human element behind it is, well, will they fit into this country? What's their families like? What's their home life going to be like when they move? Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. Keeping it German related, Sane.
Yeah,
we'll do Sane first. Actually, no, we'll do Dortmund first. Goes leads into Dortmund, doesn't it? Dortmund held on to Sancho, which surprised a lot of people, then didn't surprise a lot of people.
Hazard.
Got Bellingham in.
Yep.
Who's looking good. Haaland is killing it.
Thorgan Hazard's doing well.
Thorgan Hazard's doing well. Meunier is in at right back. They've got that.
To replace Hakimi.
Rodrigo is his name? No, not Rodrigo. Pereira. The Real Madrid on a 2-year loan. What? I don't get it. How are they doing this well? Why is Sancho not playing for United?
Whoever's in charge of the transfers and the scouting at Dortmund, they need a raise.
Yeah, they've done incredibly well. For the first time, they've held on to their asset and they've not been... Well, they've never really been bullied because they've got good money before.
No. Yeah, like Ousmane Dembele, they sold for over 100 million. And
145 million pounds.
And then replaced him with Jadon Sancho for just over 2 million.
Aubameyang sold 50 million pounds. Bought in Haaland for 17 million pounds.
Yeah. I mean, they've had very, very few duds. Maybe, what's his name? Lazio striker.
Immobile,
yeah.
Alcacer.
Sure, Immobile
he did all right.
Alcacer was okay. Immobile just didn't suit German football.
And, mate, they're doing well. I don't think they're going to win the league. just not going to happen.
I think we both know who's going to win that league.
Yeah, Schalke.
I mean, 8-0, losing 8-0 to Bayern, that's championship form, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, mate. It is. Yeah, just Dortmund have done well. I think they'll come close to Bayern this season.
Closer than last season.
The Super Cup, the German Super Cup was close. I think Dortmund were unlucky. I think if Sancho hadn't been trying to force through a move, because the bollocks was he ill, still do not buy that.
No.
I think he was trying to force through a move. I think if he hadn't have tried to force through a move, maybe would have done a bit better with the best attacking player in the sense of chance creation on the field.
Possibly. But yeah, Bayern Munich, Sane they got their man Sane adding to an already deadly front three.
Like, they've got rid of Perisic, unless he went back on loan. I don't think he did he? Like, they got rid of Perisic and Coutinho, and they've just brought in Sane, Germany's best left winger.
Yeah.
And he's only, 23, 24?
That front three is...
That front three of Sane, Lewandowski, and Gnabry or Koeman, however you want to play it.
Yeah, it's either... I think it's the best front three in the world at the minute.
Do you even see maybe next summer they just go, fuck it, we want Jadon Sancho? Proved in Germany.
No, I don't think they will. Because, like you say, they've got a young winger in...
And they like the German talent,
Leroy Sane. Yeah.
Who Tony Pulis once said he wasn't good enough for West Brom.
He's never going to live that down.
No, he's not. And then, like, Bayern's youngsters are doing well this season. I wouldn't call Davies, he's a young star, but he's not. But their striker, Uzwake, the Holland one. We did touch on him in the Holland episode. He's done well. Did well after lockdown. Made an appearance this season. I think he's got a goal. Doing well. That young centre-back, they signed from PSG, Tabio. Yep. Rejected PSG and now gone to Bayern. They seem to be getting some young talent through at the moment. Rumours are they're still chasing... excuse me. Max Aarons till the deadline tomorrow night.
If that one goes over the line,
Christ, like Davies and Aarons. Wash.
Yeah, but you're not going to see them in the wings.
No. But yeah, no, Bayern, it looks like they're building for the future as well as the current stars, don't they? Muller seems like fine wine, and so does Lewandowski.
Yep.
Getting better each season. Do you think they're going to do it again this year? Win it all?
I mean, it's always hard to retain it, but I don't see why not.
Do you see anyone fighting them this season? In the
They'll
Champions
fight
League?
them. They probably just won't win.
See, there's no one that springs to mind that maybe not a Liverpool, maybe not a City, a United.
No.
No?
Yeah, I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer.
Do you know what, right? When we win the Champions League, and I'm sitting here on this podcast with a new co-host because you've quit, and I'll be like,
at what point do you wake up?
Never waking up, mate. I'm living a dream. Told you, living a dream. Keeping it transfer related, Higuain gone to Inter Miami.
Gone to America.
He's done awful.
Had a bit of a disastrous debut.
He did. I don't know if he's
missed a penalty and got into a fight. Yeah.
Christ. I think Beckham be looking at his receipt in his wallet and going, take it back, please. I mean, he was a free agent. He'd be like, yeah, we don't want you anymore.
So no, he signed for Inter Milan, not Miami. It's the wrong club. He shouldn't be here.
He'll be doing a Robinho, and he thought he signed from Chelsea instead of fucking City. Actually, speaking of Robinho, quickly, did you see his return to Santos?
How old is he now?
36. Do you know how much he's on a month? 200 euros. 200 euros a month. That's 50 euros.
200.
Yeah, he's on 50 euros a week. When he was at Man City, he was on 160 grand a week. Mad, isn't it?
Jeez, man.
It's crazy.
That is a massive drop off.
Like, oh my days. Might as well just not be bothered being paid. What's that going to do to his bank account? But keeping it...
I don't know, it might get him some shopping.
After you quick trip down to the local Tesco's. Brasilia Tesco.
Yeah, that's the one.
Brazilian Londis, mate. That's the way forward.
Right,
Not quite
so
Waitrose. Anyway, going back
Blaise
to
Matuidi.
Blas Matuidi, I think that was a really good sign, and he's played quite well.
Yeah, that's a
So,
brilliant signing from them.
yeah.
I mean, he could have
World Cup
easily
winner.
stayed in Europe for
Yeah. I think he was
for
tempted by
another
Miami.
3-4
Like,
years.
I still want to play some football. Probably been offered a nice little deal. Might have been one day offered a club like Beckham was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think he's going to attract more stars to join Beckham? Because I was surprised there's only decent. I'm very surprised he's not come after the likes of Inca Casillas and his other mates that are still
Casillas
playing.
is retired.
Oh, is he? I didn't
Yeah.
know if he'd actually officially retired.
He's retired.
Surprised he didn't change his Chase Goatser.
I mean, money's probably an issue still because it's a new football club. They've only just got a new stadium, so
You've got some
they don't
big
want to blow.
shareholders, though, haven't they?
They don't want to blow their load quickly.
So we'll see what happens with Inter Miami. Didn't start off too hot, did they? But they seem to be picking up a bit of form now. Hopefully Higuain can bang them in. His brother's still playing out there, isn't he? Higuain for Columbus Crew.
I didn't even know he had a brother.
Yeah. That's what happens when you play with the MLS and Ultimate Team, mate. You find out some facts.
I think I need to hit FIFA.
Kind of rounding up this transfer episode. Italy. Juventus have done a mad one with only spending 10 million on Artur, essentially.
Yeah.
Keeping hold of Ronaldo after it was touted about PSG sniffing around him.
Yeah.
They signed a youngster. Do not quote me on his name because I cannot remember. From Atalanta for 45 million euros. Scored in pre-season and scored in the league. They won their game against Napoli, and Napoli lost a point.
Yep. Thanks to COVID.
Pirlo seems to be doing well, doesn't he?
Yeah, doesn't he even have to play games to get points now?
I know, like he's going to win the league, isn't he, just by COVID?
It wouldn't surprise me. It's Juventus.
The bigger
Wouldn't
talking
be the
point
first time they won in shady ways.
is Inter Milan. Like they signed a lot of players, and they're all old players.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
Don't understand it. Like they've signed Arturo Vidal, who's 33, instead of Tonali, who is the best defensive midfielder up and coming on the planet right now.
And he's gone to their rivals.
Exactly. Like, do not get it.
Yeah, their rivals that finish mid-table.
Yeah. Don't understand. Inter Milan's transfer dealings are a bit like Barcelona. Obviously, I'm not saying because they've done good business because it's good business they've gone in, but they've gone for the finer wine approach, haven't they?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, last season they went for Victor Moses and Ashley Young.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not
Ashley
sure
Young's
they're
done
fine
well.
wine.
Oh no, he's doing well out there, Ashley Young. I'll give it to him. Moses didn't stay permanently, did he? Or did that transfer?
Was he only on loan?
He was only a loan. Yeah, they're doing well, aren't they? Inter. Do you think they'll challenge this season? Especially Conte come so close last season.
They'll challenge again.
Like, they only finished a point out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like, I know it was already won by the time Juventus had imploded.
But still.
But still, they come so close. Like, do you think with Pirlo's inexperience and Conte's finally added a few more people to the squad, do you think maybe he's going to
I still
one
think
step further?
No, I think Juventus will still win it.
I think Ronaldo's just going to carry him over the line.
A mixture of him.
They've got a bit of a problem, haven't they, with midfield? Like, they've got Ramsey, Rabiot, Dybala, now Artur, who signed for £72 million. He's going to want a starting spot, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like, who else have they got? I mean, they got rid of Matuidi. Still got Khedira, who was rumoured to be having his contract terminated, but it's not been terminated as we speak. Sure, there's a few others in there that I've just forgotten. Oh, Bentancur, very up-and-coming Uruguayan midfielder.
Yep.
What are they going to do with them all? They just play like 10 in midfield, 1 in up. Ronaldo goes
Yes,
to the bench. No
They
defenders.
could adopt that approach.
They could. They'd win every midfield battle. I just don't think they'd do
Like
anything.
Chesney in midfield as well.
Mate, it'll be handing out packs of cigarettes. Oh, well. But
Right, let's wrap up a few more transfers. Man City's business.
oh,
Ferran
okay.
Torres came in.
Yeah.
Nathan Ake came in from Bournemouth.
Yeah, I don't agree with the Ake deal. I agree with the player, and they need another left-sided centre back. I mean, if you'd said United were going to get Ake for 41, I would have been like, yes, we need a centre back because we need a left-sided centre back. But the price for someone who's been relegated is a bit confusing.
Yeah, it's a bit steep.
Yeah, but hey ho, City.
But I understand it as well.
They'll make 41 million back by lunchtime. So,
and that brings me on to the other centre back, Ruben Diaz from Benfica.
They've spent 400 million since Pep has been there on defenders and a goalkeeper, and he still can barely keep a clean sheet. Ruben Diaz,
do you think,
is the next Lindelof? As of he's come from Portugal and touted to be the next big thing. Whether he's going to do a Lindelof and not do the next big thing, or he's going to smash it is another thing. But where does Laporte play? Because Ake's just comes to sit on the bench, essentially, isn't he?
I'd imagine they'd rotate with all the competitions they've played.
And they've got Laporte and Diaz, who look very strong together. I don't know. I don't know. It was a good deal for Diaz. I just think the more money they keep spending on this defence, the worse it's getting. Like, they're just spending 60, 70 million. Like, they spent 60 million on it. They might as well just got Koulibaly for the 80. Like, I get the age wasn't great. But
do you think they just pick a name from the hat and go, yep, we'll sign that defender?
I generally think they go on fuckwits and go, who's got good potential? And just go buy them. Like, the Benfica coach said, you're leaving for a smaller club in stature and history, but a bigger club on financial muscle.
I mean, you can't really argue with that, can you?
No, you can't.
Right.
Like, I remember when Mourinho was looking at him for Spurs-ish. He was rumoured, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Rumoured as a United target this summer. And while I think he was a Mourinho target, but he was still sniffing around him. There was even interest of Real Madrid looking at him. Like, and he's gone to City.
It's an odd one, that.
Like, they've got more centre-backs than they do attackers now. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, let's move to Liverpool. Thiago Alcantara.
What a piece
and Diogo Jota.
What a piece of
They didn't need to make like huge bits of business.
No.
But they made the right bits of business.
Yeah. Their midfield on paper wasn't glamorous, but it did the job, didn't
Functional.
it? Yeah.
It was functional, yeah.
It did the job, didn't it? And now it just added Thiago. And fingers crossed he's okay. He's caught COVID. Hopefully he's okay now. Yeah, they brought in another left back, not to necessarily rival Biggie Robertson, but as cover. I think that was a brilliant bit of business. And now they've brought in Jota, who's looked very good.
Yeah,
for 45 million as well, which I thought was actually quite cheap. I think they're planning for the future. I think they're preparing for Mane or Salah. I don't think both will go the same summer. I think one will go one summer and one will go the next.
I think realistically they do have to plan.
They're going to start turning the conveyor belt, because what Liverpool do is whatever they sell, they then put back into the club. Coutinho, they sold, and they replaced it with Alisson and Van Dijk. Brilliant piece of business. Sold Suarez, replaced him with Firmino, Milner, Lallana. Oh, the list goes on, doesn't it?
Mane.
Like Mane. Like, the list goes on. They're very good at recruiting within their budget. And do you think maybe they're preparing for Real Madrid to come in for Mane or Salah? Maybe Salah, because they've got a right wing vacant. Do you think maybe he'll be the next Galactico and they're going to go, right, Jota, maybe do a season on the right?
Or Barcelona.
Yeah, one of the Spanish clubs.
Yep, and then the last transfer I want to talk about, Callum Wilson to Newcastle United. One that's gone under the radar because it's not really a big signing. It's
It
not
is for
signing to one of the
Newcastle.
top 6 clubs,
It is
but
for
he is
Newcastle.
exactly what they need.
I think
He's
he's done
exactly what
brilliant.
they need, a goal scorer.
Yeah, he's done brilliant so
Because
far.
let's face it, Joe Linton for 40 million, waste of money.
I mean, he did score the
But
other
he's
day.
coming for, he's coming for half the price. And he's proven in the Premier League, and he's proving that he can score goals for Newcastle.
100%. I think he's looking good for Carroll as well, isn't he? He's the short, nippy
Yeah.
one, and Carroll's a big, I'm just going to take the ball down and off you go, mate. Maximam's
Yep.
looking good. I think Wilson's given that attack a lift. I think Maximam was working on his own last season, and this season Carroll's seemed to have found a partner.
Yeah.
Joe Linton actually has seemed to have found a bit of form out on the left-hand side rather than an actual striker.
Bizarre.
I know. And then the 2 through the middle. It's a dangerous front 4. Isn't it? It is on paper. And I'm generally worried about United at the weekend that they're going to just turn up and be like, you're shit, mate. We'll take 3 points against you. Yeah, thank you.
It's Harry Maguire against St. Maximan, Wilson. Players with pace.
It's going to be fucking Bergwijn all over again, isn't it? He's just going to run past him like, see you later. Get your Costa on the way back, mate.
I'm prepared to cancel next week's episode.
Because I don't want to come on, yeah?
Yeah.
Mate, I see it. I'm deleting the YouTube channel. I see it. Done. We're finished. It's been a good career. No.
And on that bombshell, we've done with transfers.
Yeah. Thank you so much for this prolonged episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the subs so far. Up to 124 now. Getting there. Slowly growing. Please leave your comments and like and subscribe with your friends and share. Everything helps us out massively. We're going to try and, now international break's over, we're going to try and do more content again. Well, we will do more content again. We just didn't really want to cover the internationals. But if you do want us to cover them, let us know, and we will suffer for you. It's just the funny part is there's actually some good talking points about this set of internationals, but I just don't want to talk about England.
Yeah, it's depressing.
But let us know down below if you want to, and we will. But yeah. Anyway, until next time, guys.
Goodbye.